Here is a look at your final round leaderboard. We have two at the top, Webb Simpson and D.A. Points. They share the lead, playing the par 5 7th hole at the moment. And there's Rickie Fowler, fresh off a 2-putt birdie at the 7th. In a tie for third with Ryan Moore and John Senden. And Rory McIlroy's off to a slow start. He's at 11 under, but certainly not out of it. Can still strike, just 3 shots off the lead, including Soon You'll Know in that group at 11 under par. Nick Watney has just put up a triple bogey at the 7th as he drops all the way back to -10. We're going to go all the way up ahead on the golf course to the 17th hole. Lee Westwood has this for par. What a great final round, coming off 68 yesterday, and this was his first 9. Look at all the threes, including the eagle at the 7th. Westwood then with a bogey at the 12th, and the momentum ceased at that point, but a par save there at the difficult 17th, which will be, of course, a pivotal part of the closing hole dramas that are going to be unfolding here today. So here's D.A. Points. He's out at the 7th, a one-time winner on tour. That came last year at Pebble Beach. He did drive it into the hazard here at the par 5 7th. So he's got a long look at a 4. And again, this hole has just claimed a big victim in Nick Watney, who made an 8 just a couple of pairings ahead. Jim Nantz, Sir Nick Faldo, and the whole CBS golf team pleased as always to be here for the 10th anniversary of the Wells Fargo Championship. Catches the slope here. Oh, you saw him run by the screen. He was ready to do a little celebration dance encircling the 7th. It'll be a 5, a par, even with the penalty shot, and Points will stay at 14 under, currently tied at the top. He's playing with, you saw Rory McIlroy, and McIlroy is on this surface in 2 and has an eagle putt coming up, trying to jumpstart a round that's off to a sluggish start. So Rory eyes the eagle putt, but this was D.A. now about to give chase to it.
Looks like it's about to do the hurdles.
Yeah. Webb Simpson down in the 7th fairway was watching it all.
Did you see him move? He said. Obviously, that's a rarity.
Now here comes Rory.
Yeah, Rory's been a little erratic. A couple of drives have gone left, didn't get up and down at
keep turning.
Third, 3 and 4, he didn't get up and down. Sorry, the 4th he 3-putted to take him to 1 over.
So a little tap-in birdie for Rory to get back to even for the day. Tied 3rd at the moment with Ryan Moore and Rickie Fowler. Of course, fascinating strategy out here. So many different parts of this golf course, including the next hole coming up, the 8th hole, which can be driven. Guys can give it a go. Here's Fowler on that very hole, the 8th hole, just in front on the escarpment here.
Yeah, the 8th hole in a straight line. It's just 285 yards to the flag.
So very tidy by Rickie, and he's got a great chance now to knock that one in for back-to-back birdies. Phil Mickelson is at the 17th. This hole has menaced him through the years.
Not going to, only 4 paces from the left-hand side, right next to the water. So I think we're going to see that kind of like the professional pull. And look at that 17th green really browning up again. Difficult surface to get close on.
Phil is 1 under for the day after also getting off to a very sluggish beginning, a couple over early in his round. So we're back out at the
I
7.
just think, yeah, we can land
Ryan
that
Moore
200 to roll
and
up
Webb
around.
Simpson in the final pairing.
Sure. I mean, you know, we got to trust this completely.
The toughest thing is they're down in the bottom of the golf course, down in the valley, and as I say, you've got to trust the wind direction. It's which is easier said than done, isn't it? If it buffers you a couple of different directions, then which one do you choose?
There's Brent Hinley, his caddy, still trying to figure out the wind.
It's the right number.
You've got plenty of
There's no
cloud cover,
curve.
so you know the troop, they should be able to see the two breeze. David Ferretti, you're actually down there.
Usually there's J.J. Jakovic with him, his caddy. And what do you see down there, David?
Well, he's been between 4 and 5. Here, the wind across from the left has ended up with 5. He's got it back in his stance a little.
Got to be going over that bunker for safety. And if you can really get some speed to it.
Good clean hit.
Yeah.
And then he tried to cut that in and just hit it dead straight. And, you know, with the pull, it's always going to be a little long.
Yeah, well, you've got to err on that side, David, haven't you? Can't risk just a couple of paces across the water there.
Well, I mean, I thought that was plenty of club. And Webb Simpson has 2 yards less, 193. He's going with 6. This should be about right. In fact, it's plenty. I don't think the wind is hurting a whole lot at all. Just off the left.
The flag's only on 7 paces, 7 from the right.
If you haven't heard it this week, Webb Simpson, you can't get much more connected to a PGA Tour tournament site than Webb is with the Quail Hollow Club. He lives 9/10 of a mile from the club entrance, is a member here, had his wedding reception here.
Boy, and that is between the flag and the water.
Careful. Uh-oh.
Must be gone.
Cross, Ryan?
Hard to know if that crossed.
I would say yes, David.
It hung up on the bank for a little while. Whether it went in or not, I don't know.
Really key to determine where that ball entered the hazard and where it'll be able to take a drop. In fact, if it is down in the water, back at the 8th, they're waving up Rory McIlroy, the last player to drive the 8th green in competition here back in the Saturday round of 2010.
He only needs a 3-wood. Have a go at this one. Oh, he's flown it. Oh no, it's there. I thought that was the little scoop of the green.
Peter Costas will be following this pairing. Your DA points, Peter.
Going with the driver.
That left-hand bunker's a good miss. Probably where most of the guys are aiming.
This guy going laterally now.
Good bailout.
At the 18th, coming home is Lee Westwood.
Yeah, amazing start. Had a putt on the 10th green to go 8 under for 10 holes. And will it stay there? That's right. The flag's on 7, and the top of that false front is 6. They got a yard to work with.
Westwood, who made the cut right on the number at 1 under, as did Phil Mickelson, who is on the back of the green at 17. A day away from being inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame. And this is a Hall of Fame putt.
Wow. Now he's not so sure he wants to have the greens changed.
3 birdies on the second side. Wow. Playing with Jonathan Bird. He was in a playoff here last year with Lucas Glover. So Phil thrills him over at the 17th. And a little uphiller here for Rickie Fowler. Inside left. It's for back-to-back birdies. Oh, straight in. So Fowler with that putt surges to 13 under. And that's kind of the action we're going to see here in the final round. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Sir Nick Faldo in the tower at 18. I love the way this course is laid out and the familiarity everybody has with the shot strategy here. You know, sometimes you see a leaderboard and the lead kind of changes at a snail's pace, I guess you could say. But that's not the case here. I mean, things are always happening. It can turn over very quickly. Like a McIlroy could make a move, and here comes Fowler right now. What do you think?
Well, I think I was alluding yesterday to how difficult the back nine is and what could happen, and it was more like unlikely, because he's playing so tough this week, that we're going to get a McIlroy shooting a 62. Lee Westwood had a run, but he's obviously slowed down. I think it's going to be more on the mistakes that the guys have been making, and certainly that's what's been happening on the front nine. And I was trying to, as you're saying, the leaderboard's going up and down all the time, but the top 6 guys are 8 under par, and Lee Westwood is 6 of them. Get me? He's 6 under. So most of the guys are kind of, it's heavy on the scrambling right now. Missing a lot of fairways, missing a lot of greens. It is a tough golf course to get up and down on this back nine.
CBS Golf Team again has been here since day one and scattered around the course. Gary McCord feeling much better today. He's been battling allergies all week. He's got his voice back. He's at 16. Ian Baker Finch at 17. David Faraday is following the final duo, and Peter Kostis is out there as well, lending his swing expertise as well. Over at the 8th.
Well, DA Points did not have very much from where he ended up with his drive. That was about as good as he could do, having to keep it below the branches of the tree.
You know, Fowler and McIlroy don't get off to the best of starts, but they both birdied the 7th hole. And, the 7th, you had DA Points, failed to birdie it. You got Simpson here in the water. So again, things are tightening as we see Ryan Moore playing his 3rd over at the 7th.
And it appears like he's hit a very nice little pitch there. It could hit very nearly. That is a perfect indication of what Nick Faldo was talking about. The speed of the greens as they've burnt out a little bit really makes this course so severe. Let's go to 8 now.
And the pitch for McIlroy.
This is pretty straightforward. A nice little European bump and run.
Well, I tell you what, Nick, that was 6 inches from rolling back down the slope. That's how difficult that shot was.
So a certain birdie coming up for McIlroy. Let's get a report from David on what happened with Webb Simpson 2nd at the 7th.
Well, they determined where the ball last crossed the margin of the hazard. He was able to drop within 2 club lengths on this side, so relatively easy up and down.
That will be left for the par here at the par 5. Local boy Webb Simpson. Had a good chance to talk to him quite a bit this week, and earlier we asked him what it was like to be a fan favorite here in his hometown.
It's cool. I feel like Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods at Augusta. I mean, the fans have been awesome. I didn't expect it, but I guess since I live here, they like a local guy to do well, and every hole it seems like they're cheering loud, which is fun.
Well, he's such a likable chap as well. Very well liked out here on tour. Born in Raleigh, resides here, as Jim told us, not quite a mile from the club. Wake Forest, fantastic golf team up there. Jay Haas's brother Jerry is the coach, member of the club, and his first tour win just up the road at Greensboro at the Wyndham. 2 wins last year, and could quite easily have been 3. Lost in the playoff to Bubba Watson at the Zurich in New Orleans. David, that chip down the hill there for Ryan Moore was excruciatingly fast.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the sort of one where if you try and get it dead right, you risk leaving it at the top of the hill, which is the last thing you want.
And one good thing about being aggressive with your short game and long putts, etc., is you get to see the ball roll past the hole. You then get a pretty fair indication of the break coming back.
We hit a good putt there. Really expected that one to turn a little. So did I.
Not a good start though. 1 bogey at the 3rd, no birdies so far, so sort of treading water at 12 under. Ahead to the exciting par 4 8th.
Yeah, DA Points is on that middle level.
Yeah, this is slim chances from up above. Look, he's just crawling down the hill.
We got a pair of two-shotters here at Quail Hollow. The 8th and the 14th holes, which bring in so much excitement. Short par fours as we return to the 7th.
Just a short clean-up effort there for Webb. Boy, nearly beat it to the hole. Very good short putter.
Sort of concede a shot to most of the field there, though.
Yeah, the 2 pars for both players definitely feel like a shot dropped. 18 now.
And Lee Westwood trying to finish his tournament and a big weekend with a birdie.
It was a very short backswing on that one. Look at it turning. We're not going to see too many birdies at 18.
Back over to the 8th. McIlroy now for his birdie. To 13 under and only 1 back. McIlroy, number 2 in the world, can regain number 1 today. Here is the number 3 ranked player in the world, Westwood, for par. Pops it in for a round of 66. 30 going out. Good stuff from Lee Westwood, looking sharp Saturday and Sunday. Co-leaders Webb Simpson and DA points, but the likes of McIlroy and Fowler in close pursuit. As we come back to the 18th, here comes Phil Mickelson's second shot.
All right, see if somebody can get it close at 18. Oh, I don't think so.
Think that was pulled a little bit?
Yeah. There's a couple of pulls at 17 and 18 for Phil. He got a little bit of buffer there, but there's no bundle of laughs. That putt down that hill.
Back over to the 9th.
Okay, we've got 499 yards today from the tee to where the hole is in the back right. We've only had 2 birdies. This was earlier. Rickie Fowler holding it, peering. I don't like his look. He got a little grimace there. No, nothing to grimace about. Dead at it. Looks like the 23-year-old is right on it right now. He's only got, excuse me, about 15 feet. That bunker on the right's about 311 over it.
It's been pulling a few today. Early on, Gary.
Well, let's aim at the bunker and pull it.
Wow, that's some speed in that one.
Well, this is down the left side, close to the fairway edge.
Yeah, it's going to be fine, Peter. No problem there. Just off on that first cut, looks like. DA points today. Game plan is trying to channel his Pro-Am partner, Bill Murray. Have a lot of fun. When he won the AT&T last year. Well, that'll be a lot of fun right there in the middle of the fairway. Perfect position. Okay, now we got live here. Rickie trying to get now a tie for the lead.
He doesn't unwrap that outfit every morning, Gary. Has it freshly squeezed?
Oh, they're all brand new, freshly squeezed. Florida orange juice right there. That's where he lives. Let's go to 8.
Webb Simpson.
It's kind. You don't really want to get caught in no man's land and get the wrong angle here at 8.
Or on the pine straw.
Or over there.
Oh,
and
no.
stymied.
Wow, he's lucky it's backing away.
But it's still got no shot.
No, that's no good.
It's be chipping out to the front of the short of the green and try and get up and down.
Here at 18, Mickelson.
So let's check out this putt for later on today. If anybody needs this to win or 2 putts. Oh, Phil, not 2 in a row.
Almost.
So look at it go, though.
Yeah, look at the rollout.
There's just nothing on that corner to stop it.
Simpson and points. Points fails to birdie 7 or 8, and Simpson appears to be on his way to being able to claim the same, which has brought the likes of McIlroy and Fowler closer. And Ryan Moore's at 12 under. Westwood's in at 11. Take the PGA Tour with you. Visit PGATour.com from your mobile browser. Download the PGA Tour iPhone app from the App Store, or get the new PGA Tour Android app from the Android market today. Don't miss another shot. Back at 18. This is another putt we're going to see quite frequently coming in. Phil for par.
Now he hates the greens. He went from loving him as he walked off 17.
Round of 71. Back over at the 8th, David.
Well, he's really got one chance the way I see it. He's got to play a kind of a semi-low punch shot to just pitch just short of the green to take some of the speed off it. Getting the right contact is. He played it like a bunker shot, boy, and the practice swing he was making, didn't look right to me. That was more like a trap shot, and just underneath that willow oak, no real room for the lob.
Rickie for his par. Start off with start off with a bogey. When he 3-putted, and now he 3-putts the 9th hole. Got to settle it down. 3 birdies, 2 bogeys. He now is 2 shots back of Webb Simpson and DA points.
Over to the 8th, and look at this for Simpson. 1 foot in the bunker there, David. Huh?
And that's the giraffe trying to get out of the Zambezi.
A little Konica Minolta Bizhub swing vision look at this 3rd shot by Simpson, Nick.
Well, the hardest thing is any time you get the right hand onto the steel of the shaft, you've got to really make an exaggerated golf swing, because you're more likely to hit the ball high in the blade, and there's no meat there, no metal to hit it. So, and they always hook. They always have a little tiny. So you've got to know that and go for it with a longer swing and play for a little snap hook.
Yes, the heel always catches first and flips the toe over.
Yeah. But as you said, David, unlikely to practice that one too many times.
No, you don't. Plus, you're always worried about the crocodiles.
Now Ryan Moore's birdie putt at the 8th on the way.
Yeah, that middle section coming down is just all about safety.
To 9.
Okay, Rory McIlroy now just in the left rough. Ryan Moore tapped his in.
That was a 7-iron, Gary, expecting it to jump, but it didn't.
That's going to be a long putt because this hole's way in the back. Not bad, Peter. 35, 40 feet underneath it. Straight back up the hill. So you can see the speed of these greens. See the color of these greens as they're changing. Last day, always the brownest. That's the idea. Put the pins in the toughest positions and make these guys think a little bit. Okay, now DA.
This was earlier 5-iron from 213. It looked absolutely gorgeous from back in the fairway.
And let's see what happens. Oh, pretty good right there. Again, we've only had 2 birdies here. Look at how fast that green is back there. Whoa. It's a really good golf shot, and it looks like it tumbles by about 20 feet. Let's go back to 8.
Hard to believe this is a putt for par on a hole that's definitely a birdie hole.
And it's been his hole through the week. Chipped it in for an eagle and a...
Yes, he's doing his best Homer Simpson impersonation here.
So bogey on the way for Simpson. Let's go to the 10th. And Rickie Fowler.
Easiest hole on the golf course. Par 5. Playing about 4.5 strokes. And that always helps.
That thing is galloping.
Yeah, average drive. Average is 315 down 10.
Over to 9.
Okay, we're going to see the speed here. Rory McIlroy. See him hold that follow through. Measure, hit it, hold it.
It's always a good sign, Gary, when there's no recoil in the putting stroke. You see recoil, you see trouble.
A lot of tension in your forearms. You do that. Let's go back to 8.
And to make it official, we're the bogey. And Simpson drops out of a tie for first. And McIlroy has made his par at 9, so now he shares second. McIlroy does with Webb Simpson as we return to the 9th.
DA trying to get a 2-shot lead here, ladies and gentlemen. No, I went wandering early. Came out of the wrong gate, shaking his head. He's going to get a par.
Didn't really putt very well yesterday, especially on the back 9. Went to the putting green and worked after he did his interviews and stuff, but still doesn't look really comfortable on the greens today.
He was paying attention on that one too. As you can see, just one lone birdie, not making much, hitting some good shots.
Rickie Fowler now going for this par 5 with an iron in 2.
Perfect position. Hole is in a very precarious location, right on top of like the Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Oh yeah, he's going to be contending with that on that putt.
That's going to be brutal. That'll be a real sidewinder.
Excellent shot.
And a wonderful dog.
Yeah, they are, aren't
Beautiful.
Over to 9.
All right, no problem there. A lot of hooting and hollering. Bunch of fans out here. Bunch of fans for Webb. Perfect position right there. Let's see if these guys can get a good start to the back 9, finish in the front. Now you saw that ball right there, Ryan Moore. Got all that one, he's flying all over the place there and just cranked it right down the middle.
Yeah, it's more like it. You know, does Webb Simpson have to put his cards in for his handicap here?
I wonder who the club champion is here. He's got to be the club champion, isn't he?
You would think.
It can't be Osterhaus, so it's got to be him. You'd think. There you see D.A. Points going in the back 9. He has got a one-shot lead. Rory McIlroy, Webb Simpson are hanging around. Looks like Fowler might get a birdie on 11. Let's go to 18.
And Ben Curtis, a winner just 2 weeks ago at the Valero Texas Open. Played well last week in New Orleans to back it up. And that's a birdie for a round of 67.
And that's the only side I've seen any birdie putts made. It's from past the flag. Anything from the middle of the green, it's just brutal to read.
Look at this. 5 of the last 7 he conquers. And Ben Curtis with that birdie ties Lee Westwood 6th position at 11 under par. Boy, Ben Curtis on quite a hot streak. Back over at the 10th. And now Fowler trying to figure out how do you play this one right along the spine.
Sorry, Jim. How can you plumb bob it when the putter was still swinging? Did you see that?
I did. It was. It was like a pendulum.
How do you do that? Did you have to wink as it goes backwards and forwards? Or you'll be good at that, David Ferretti, plumb bobbing with a moving putter.
Absolutely, as long as your head is moving with it.
Yeah.
Remember, the Earth is spinning.
Yeah, but it's spinning the wrong way. Maybe not. The Earth spins left to right, doesn't it, Gary?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's all right. It's a good
made it
putt.
look like it wasn't all that difficult. So Fowler on his way to another birdie as we return to the 9th.
Okay, way back on the right.
220 yards. It's got a 4-iron into the wind, a little uphill.
Good shot. Here's what you need. Just get it in the middle, putt to the corners, and let's get out of here. This hole today, about 500 yards, 499 from teeing area to the hole. So these guys are just flagging long irons in there. You're not going to get too many of those close.
Just asking Paul Tesori in there just to make sure he's happy with it.
That's Fowler with a 4 at the 10th.
Yeah, and that was a big afternoon for Rickie. Great opportunity to post a score.
Over to 9.
Okay, David. What do we got here? Webb Simpson now over the ball, ready to go.
220, 4-iron.
All right.
I
Didn't
can't tell you.
sound
Yeah, he looked
100%.
late. He looked late on that delivery.
Yeah, that was the high, floppy, flippily
Flare
one.
thing we all hit every other shot, basically. And that's Webb Simpson. He's muttering as caddy is listening. That's how it works out here on the PGA Tour. But they're both striding manfully right down this long par 4. EA Points. He's one up, 14 under par, 1 under for the day. Rory McIlroy, he's 1 under. So nobody's made a real run at it yet.
Go back out to the play at the 9th.
Well, this looks awkward to me. That's why. Oh. Oh. Webb was trying to flop that all the way back there and came up about 10 feet short, and there it resides about looks like about 30 feet away for his par. Currently only one back. That could change, but in the meantime, DA, let's go find out if he can hit it on.
Yeah, at the 10th.
Go hard.
It's a 3 hybrid.
Please go.
Begging for it, Peter, to go hard.
Yesterday he missed it left, so what did he do today? He short-sized himself again to the right.
Oh, that's brutal from down there.
And it rolled all the way back down to the bottom, Nick. It's going to be really a hard shot.
Back to 9.
Brian Moore straight across the green. I like this putt right. Ooh. We got north and south mixed up right there. That ball started off way right and kept going that way. Yeah, sometimes that happens. And now, second shot, Rory.
And Rory has one back, and the man he's playing with who leads it is short-sided here already.
Well, he pummeled his tee shot. This is just a 4-iron for 247 on a tremendous line.
Oh, you just make the front corner.
Get up, get up.
Oh, look at this.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, reminiscent of their famous 5-iron at the 15th en route to winning.
Back in 2010, so he's got an eagle putt coming up. Up ahead to the 11th.
And from one youngster to another, Rickie Fowler with a 3-wood here at the par 14.
Let's go orange! Go orange!
Rip it up the middle with a slight draw is ideal. Little kick around the corner. And just a short iron left for his second. Good opportunity for birdie from right there. That's right in the mayor's office at the 11th. Back at 9 green.
Well, you don't want to get a bad taste in your mouth. Bogey in the 9th hole as Rickie Fowler did. Webb Simpson now 30 feet. 30. Oh, that's right.
Good effort.
Oh, he likes it. That's a double pump. There, that's a huge save after that square he had on the last hole. The bogey in the last hole.
That is a par with bells on.
He's got a double fist pump, and then he goes to the hat like 2 or 3 times. He's all excited about this par. As well he should. Well conceived. Let's go to 10.
This was earlier, the 3rd shot for DA points.
Yeah, he just went with a little bump and run, just trying to barely get it up on top.
Oh,
Didn't get it quite hard enough.
Well, he took a like a 6-iron or somehow. I'd have gone with maybe the 8 and tried to get 2 bounces.
Now live for eagle at the 10th, McIlroy.
Get in the hole!
Well, that's an eagle putt at 7 and an eagle putt at 10.
This is going to tie the lead, though. There's a little tap in.
Yeah, I think today's all about consistency. If you keep creating the chances, take the pressure. Most of the other guys have been an awful lot of scrambling.
So McIlroy now shares the lead with points as we go to 11.
Good opportunity for Rickie Fowler to make birdie here. Back left hole location. Get over the little. Didn't need much more. Just had to go another yard, and that feeds down to the cup. Back 1 to 10.
All right. DA points. 2 are tied. Points and McIlroy. Points can regain it alone again right here. Oh,
That hopped left right through the fringe area. Never had a chance.
That's a great example of the wonderful design here, isn't it, Peter? I mean, you go for this par 5 and 2, and if you just miss it a little bit.
Well, it's an example of knowing where you're going to miss it. You have to miss it on the proper side, and you can get the ball up and down. But if you put it on the short side, the way the holes are located on this back 9, it's going to be really hard to get it up and in.
So that's a par for points. McIlroy heads to the 11th now. He has pulled even with the 8 points, and earlier Peter Kostis took a look at his swing. Check this out.
One of the keys to consistent golf, in my opinion, is to keep your swing natural. We're going to use the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera to show you what that means with Rory McIlroy. He starts the club head away first, and the swinging of the arms creates the turning of the body. Then he gets back to the top of the backswing, shoulders turn fully, and what does he do? He starts the downswing with his hands and arms coming down toward the golf ball. His lower body reacts in anticipation of that downswing, and he lets the club swing freely past his body. His arm swing and hand action creates the pivot motion of his golf swing, and that's the way he's always swung it. How do I know that? Well, watch this split screen. On the left, 3-year-old Rory McIlroy. On the right, the same swing we just saw. Now, as Rory takes the club back, he's just swinging the club back with his hands and arms like a 3-year-old. Then as he gets to the top, all he's going to try and do is watch the golf ball and try to hit it with his hands and arms. Look at the same position as they start the downswing. And then as they swing the arms past the body into the follow-through, note the similarity of the follow-through, and that's the 3-year-old body just getting tugged along by the swinging of the club and the arms. Rory McIlroy has never lost the naturalness of his golf swing.
That is a special piece of video right there. 20 years ago Friday on his 3rd birthday, and that follow-through, I mean, it looked almost identical at the finish.
And boy, did he make a mess of that nice Persian rug.
Yes, no question. But is it on his 3rd birthday?
There we go.
And that's a real golf ball, too, so his dad had confidence in him not to put it through the window.
Which says,
Oh, look at that right there, that part of it.
He likes playing to the camera as well.
You know, his mom and dad came up here from Florida to surprise him on Friday for his 23rd birthday. And he was absolutely shocked to see him when he walked into his hotel. And now he's on the tee at 11. Ian?
Just a phenomenal young athlete, and that swing hasn't changed, has it? Good free swing with the 3-wood. Very similar to Rickie Fowler. Try and draw it around the corner. And wow. Rickie leads the field in driving distance, up over 340 yards this week. And that 3-wood's pretty close to that number on 11. DA points now, also with the 3-wood.
Oh my God.
Let go!
Oh, his normal shot is a little fade, but he didn't like that. Well, if it bounces up over through that pine, yeah, he's got lucky there. He's got through the pine straw, and he'll have a clear shot from over there on the left. That was an unusual one for DA. Now Rickie ahead on the green. Birdie opportunity. We've only seen 8 birdies so far here today. And like yesterday, this green, the last bit up is a little uphill.
Here is Rickie Fowler at the 12th, only one off the lead.
One of the most difficult tee shots on the golf course. 20 yards wide max landing area, and trees overhanging right down those edges, and that's perfect again.
I can't believe how small a target that looks like from that tee. Tiny little ribbon of fairway. Uh-oh. Over to 10. Simpson in trouble again off the tee.
Oh, and a lot of furniture between him and where he needs to be. Oh, that is as good a shot as he possibly hit from there. Really a wonderful shot to get it on the fairway.
Webb Simpson, who was a Walker Cup teammate of Rickie Fowler's for Team USA against Great Britain and Ireland at Royal County Down, playing against Rory McIlroy on that team. And here are the 3 of them on first page of the leaderboard. 11.
DA from 146.
With a pitching wedge off the pine straw.
Just catch that back little lip. It has. It goes a yard farther, Peter. That rolls all the way down the hill.
That was a heck of a play because the lie wasn't all that good. You take a look at having to maintain the level of your body so you cannot hit down so much on pine straw because you'll hit it high on the club face. He did a great job of leveling out the bottom of his golf swing there.
See how steady his feet were too, which is another thing you need to do in the pine straw. Second for Rory now, Peter.
Just 97 yards, and again taking dead aim. If this is the right distance, this is close.
Oh, and that is exactly what I was talking about. If you do go a little long there, you leave yourself a diabolical up and down. McIlroy in points at the 11th green at 14 under par. Lead the way, but a little work left there for Rory. And he certainly doesn't want to leave himself too many more of these sorts of shots. Peter, that was pretty nicely played from down there.
Yeah, he had the option of going high, but he elected to go low and play a little bit safer.
Just coming in to trap this. Oh, he gets that. Oh, that's very high on the blade. Going down in the resistance of the grass.
Still just a little bit of backspin coming off that, even though it was up high. Came up short. Now DA points. Good opportunity. Left to right or down. No, like yesterday, just struggling with his alignment on the greens. That was not a good putt.
You've really got to visualize them coming in sideways. That's one way.
That's right, Nick. It picked the spot that the ball enters the hole as we go back to 10.
And after playing a shot basically sideways, this is Simpson's third.
9-iron here, 166.
Oh wow. Goodness, what a big miss.
Well, he played that one sideways too.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
That was a violent gouge.
Oh, Rory spending some change now.
Wow, Nick, 97 yards to the hole.
Oh, and he did that at 16 yesterday when he drove it, what, 380 plus, and then hit it on and three putted from 18 feet.
A little look from low down here. Just pops it off the putter face, but not enough speed to hold its line. A bad bogey there for Rory. A couple of birdie holes upcoming though at 14 and 15, but then that wicked stretch, 16 through 18.
Oh, I think that's a dreadful bogey. I'd extend the bad to dreadful, to be honest, Ian. With a, would you say 97 yards in your hand?
Yes, 97. And
that's a huge mistake.
Well, DA makes the 5-footer coming back up the hill there, but a disappointing first putt. Got to shake that one off. Back 1 to 10.
When you think about the tee shots on the 11th hole for Fowler and for points, and which one makes bogey, which one makes par. Here's Ryan Moore's third shot at the 10th.
Yeah, he's been unlucky here, come up with a very awkward stance, and really Ryan Moore has played. He's pretty close to playing very well, if you know what I mean. If he can get this up and down, he's right there. Oh, he didn't get it. Just that, if the ball were 2 inches further back, you know, he could have got more of his feet on the ground.
Over at 12, this was earlier after piping the tee shot. Fowler, 6-iron.
Well, he leads the field in total driving now this week. Is that in the right section? Yeah, you can't risk. That's really well done.
2 gorgeous golf shots.
Got a bit of intensity in his face, in his eyes.
He does. I see it too. Over 10, Simpson now his 4th.
That's a good effort.
Somehow he's just scrambled. Maybe get out of here with a 5.
I know, but he's scrambled at 10 to get out. At 7 to get out of a 5. He got scrambled at 1 and 2. He's just almost every hole he's having to scramble.
He's leading the field in total unusualness.
Good one.
This 3-hole stretch, you'll be taking us through 16 through 18 at Quail Hollow here in a moment. So go to the tee at the 12th, and the leader alone. DA for 2 days now has just been hanging in there. The guys have risen up to tie him and then fallen back, and he just keeps hanging in there.
He's left at least 8 or 10 strokes on the greens over the last 2 rounds. Been striking the ball very nicely though, Jim.
I like that one.
I wonder what Rory needs. Just that 3-wood again. A bit of swirling breeze.
Well, that last hole, Nick, shows you just how you can't let up on any one shot here at Quail Hollow. You have to keep your focus because the ball was just right over the flagstick.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. There's no let up on this golf course. You'll be drained by the end of a day's concentration. Everybody watching closely this golf swing.
Now this is headed down the left a little bit.
That's all right.
That'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be just fine. Now, we don't know the answer to that.
I know, but I realize now my bear trap is 15, 16, and 17.
Because you got the par 5 18 that gives up a lot of birdies. But yeah, I'm thinking here maybe you might have been close talking about Bear. Maybe Muirfield Village.
Well, Big Jack.
16, 17, 18 there.
Congressional's pretty tough last
but non-major.
No, well, Congressional in normal.
Yeah.
to AT&T Congressional.
Yeah, was it Aronimick though?
Yeah, but you're talking about. Oh my God, you're making it so confusing.
Look at this. That was Ryan Moore for birdie. The 2004 U.S. Amateur Champion was Ryan Moore at Winged Foot. Defeated Luke List in the final there. Luke, who won on the Nationwide Tour last week. So List 1 week, maybe more the next. Those two finalists of yesteryear. Disappointing par though at the 10th for Moore in this spot right here. Got his one win here in the Tar Heel State up at the Wyndham Championship in Greensboro. As we go to 12 now. Rickie Fowler.
See, that's got a nice tempo.
Is it ever nice for birdie? And Fowler now is back into a tie for the lead.
Keep that tempo going, young man.
And that game face too.
Yeah, he recognizes there's a serious opportunity now.
23 years old, and has been said so many times. Trying to win for the first time in the United States. He won the Korean Open last October. His first professional title it was, closed with a final round 68 and a 6-stroke victory over Rory McIlroy. This is his 72nd event, but hey, he turned pro early, left Oklahoma State early. He would be, if you will, a fifth-year senior, if you want to put it in perspective here. And he's 5 months older than McIlroy, 23 years, 5 months. It could be a breakthrough win for him here stateside today. Over at the 10th for par. Keeps on doing it, David.
Yeah, I mean, and that was not an easy putt.
That one moves a lot more to the right.
They call it that because it rhymes with Aristotle and the old thinking. That's where it comes from.
At the 12th, it is McIlroy hoping to hit a better approach than the one he hit at 11.
That was an 8-iron on the way, and taking long out of play, he comes up short.
Yeah. He's not going to err the same way 2 consecutive holes, and that will be a tough 2-putt.
Well, that's expensive, isn't it? You just collectively just land it 10 feet better, and you could have 2 possible birdie putts.
How about DA here, Peter?
157, just a 9-iron.
Similar. Will it grow claws?
Is that staying up?
It is. Amazing.
I heard him groaning just after he hit the tee shot, thinking he was going to lose it down the slope, but he's up there, back tier to 13.
We got a par 3, 207 yards, hole cut in the back right over there by that bunker. Everything slopes that way. 5-iron. Uh-oh. They don't like it. Hanging bunker. A lot of activity in that bunker today. Rickie is 2 over for the par 3s this week, but eating up the par 5s. He's 13 under. If you want to copy some footwork, copy this footwork right here. That's as good as you can get it. That'll be the cover of every golf magazine right there. Absolutely perfect.
We go out to the 12th hole now. McIlroy.
Just trying to get the speed right on this one.
I think that's pretty well judged, Peter.
Absolutely. I mean, once he came up short with his 8-iron, he was just going to hope to make his 4 and get on to 13.
13.
Rickie Fowler now for the year, just under 50% now. Really good on the bunkers. I hate to give you that, but he could help that immensely right there. Just about stabbed it in the hole. McIlroy tapped it in. Last time Rickie Fowler had a lead in the golf tournament, AT&T National, last year, Aronimick entered the last round. What was that, 7-8 months ago, 9 months ago, something like that. So he's been wayward for a while. He was up there a lot, contending, and kind of fell by the wayside for the last couple of 4 or 5 months. Let's go back to 12.
Ooh, a little more than that.
DA
has been an interesting spell. Not the way that he would have wanted.
And that was earlier. A par. All pars start off this side. 211.
And 26-year-old local boy Webb Simpson. Long birdie attempt here. Up over the ridge and then down and across. One behind at this stage. Rickie Fowler and DA Points at 14 under, leading the way here in this difficult second 9 at the Wells Fargo Championship. And this is Ryan Moore, also a long attempt.
Yeah, you know, as you know, you don't always get what you deserve in this game, Ian, but boy, Ryan Moore deserves a birdie or two here. Really has played a lot better than his score reflects.
Yeah, he looks very steady.
He has a lovely attitude.
He really does. I was talking to him on the range this morning. He was out there with his sports psychologist, just trying to simplify things, take it easy, trust himself a little more. Let's go to 13.
Oh, if it were that easy.
Well, this is not easy. This is a 5-iron back into the breeze, 207 yards.
How many birdies do you think I've had here, Peter?
I'm going to guess about 3.
How about 1?
Okay.
Okay. Solidifies your position. That's a good shot right there. You got over that ridge. It would have really crawled down the hole.
Well, these last few holes are going to be really awesome here, because either somebody's going to fall apart or somebody's going to grab them by the throat and win it, but they're going to be exciting.
Yeah, I believe that last mile is going to tell the tale. Going to hit him right upside the head, I believe. Let's go to 11.
Just a little right to left here. Oh. And that is the first 3-putt for Webb Simpson.
Well, you can't keep on making those.
No, it's the longest streak on tour, Dave. It's around 220 holes he's gone without a 3-putt. That was his first. Head to 13.
Peter?
All right, 6-iron now. Has to control the trajectory to get it back there.
Oh, knocked down, trying to hook it in there?
He's kind of tugged it to the left, probably trying to hit it a little bit harder.
Okay, that's pin high. That's going to be really, really fast. Really fast. Good shot, though. You can't anywhere near that flag. It runs right back down towards that bunker, and a lot of times just right in it. Hit a good-looking shot, and it just goes whee right across the green. Hope I didn't scare anybody with that one. Let's go to 14.
Ryan Moore did tap in back there at 11 for his par as we watch Rickie with an iron from the tee here at the short 4.
Starting to stand up on him a touch, Ian.
Just a little bit. That was a little steery, Nick, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's not quite holding that same follow through.
Had been swinging beautifully from the tees with the drivers and the 3-wood. He's had 5 birdies so far today, and he's tied at the top at 14 under.
As we go to the tee at 12, Ryan Moore.
Got a club. Oh, ouch.
Oh, boy, is that snapping in a hurry.
Yeah.
Is the wounded mallard?
Everybody puts their hands on their heads with that one. Incoming. So it was so low, David, they didn't have to shout 4 on that one. They just shouted jump.
13.
It's amazing. Everybody goes down and looks at the golf ball, see what it is. They play the same thing I'm playing. Ooh. Ooh. That was a good putt right there. Yeah, it's a wow. DA is going to go to the change here and get out of Rory's way.
Again, DA trying to pick up his second ever win. There he was partnering with Bill Murray when they completed the double. A year ago, February, this was the shot that defined the tournament. His third into the 14th. Right off 17-mile drive, and a little eagle was found. Went on to win the Pro Tournament and the Pro-Am. DA Points. Wife Lori was there. Now Rory at the 12th for birdie. Look at the movement on that one. The swing. earlier on the tee. It's Simpson coming off a 3-putt green.
Yeah, he's.
And this isn't going to help a whole lot.
Hasn't seen a much short grass today.
What is up with this?
Well, it's not going to see any grass.
Yeah.
Ball started falling back left.
Yeah.
He works so hard to keep center in center with his golf swing.
Let's go to 14.
Only 121 yards for Rickie Fowler, but has to be cautious here with this pin. Oh, it's a good looking shot, but that's got to settle down.
You're kidding me. Oh. How is his heart?
3 inches from the water. That does not stop on the bank if it gets off the edge.
Oh, it's a huge moment for him.
Wow, he's only even par on these 3 days of this hole.
Let's have a close look using the Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera. Look, watch his knees. So important in your short game. See how they just bracing, and then you turn your left shoulder under your chin, point your thumbs at the sky. Look at that, and then you just unwind it. Pull the left shoulder away from your chin. That's a great feeling, and then either lead with your left hand or hold off the angle with your right wrist. Watch the divot going through, but you see all these players keep going through. They try and match the distance they go back to the distance they go through. That's how you get your distance control.
Well, he's got an opportunity there for a birdie, but it's not an easy putt here at 14.
We go to 14.
DA pretty confident from the tee here. He's using driver.
Well, his cut swing should eliminate the lefts.
Birdied this hole the first 2 days. And that's all the way down there, almost on the surface. Only 2 balls on the surface so far today. And on the green, Rickie for birdie. Wonderful effort. Just needed a little more spin on that second shot. He was a little fortunate with his tee shot. Went through the trees down the right side to get where it did. And he really thought he had this one. Definitely got the fire in the eyes today. Just has to keep that freewheeling swing going. Should we go back to the tee, talking about freewheeling swings.
Oh, this would be interesting.
Yeah, he's going to turn this down the right side based on his setup. And that's exactly what he's done.
No hang on in that swing, Peter.
None whatsoever. That is about the freest move through the ball that I see on tour these days.
Oh, he got robbed.
Well, no, he's on the fringe. He's okay.
It's all right, yeah.
Boy, that could quite easily.
But look, that's well into the third of the green, and it scooted off sideways.
As we go to the 12th and the third shot of Ryan Moore earlier.
And the degree of evil just off the charts here with the diagonal slope. This could. Oh, that's right on the edge of.
If it.
Well, staying there. Really not that bad. You either hit it off the back edge, or you could end up down where Webb Simpson is.
Yeah, no fun, that chip shot.
Now we're live with Webb Simpson. Birdie putt from down in the gully.
Great shot from underneath the big willow oak off the pine straw, and this one's steeply uphill, a little bit right to left, and then just wants to fall off to the right at the end. Yeah. Difficult putt just to get dead.
Yeah, it's so awkward because you putted so many of them to blisteringly quick, and then you got this one. You actually got to give it quite a thump to get up that hill. And the top side is quick; it runs away from you. It's done well. Yeah, not easy, that one.
No, you'll take your 2 putts and put a 4 on the card and move on. You're down there. Overhead coverage, by the way, provided by the MetLife Blimp here at the Wells Fargo Championship. On the tee at the 15th, co-leader Rickie Fowler birding it so far the first 3 days.
Now he's got to control his intensity and everything. There's adrenaline.
Wanting it to turn over.
It's okay. Tip of the saddle there.
Didn't get a whole lot of rollout. In fact, backing up a little bit on that slope.
That's far enough there, Jim.
You could do something with that, right, from there?
Yeah. Yeah, just 247, slightly uphill for a second shot.
Back over to 14.
DA Point's taking a good walk up there onto the green to get a look at the surface, a feel of the green.
It's a very smart thing to do, Ian. I've seen hockey rinks that look slower than this green.
I think it's a wise decision too, Peter, with the putter.
He really needs to just barely get it over the ridge that's about 15 feet short of the hole, and gravity will take over.
Boy, Rory standing up there just off the edge of the green, not that far out of DA's view.
I'm not sure this is the best play, Ian, because it's going to be difficult to control the speed going through the fringe.
Especially when he's been leading scrambling all week. He's really been quite good around the greens.
This is beautifully judged right here.
Oh yeah, lovely.
Very nicely done. It's still going to be 6 or 7 feet away.
It's still rolling left towards the water. That is so quick over there. Today only playing 340 yards, but still have to hit a precise second as we go back to 12.
Ryan Moore, trying to keep the leaders in sight, has this for par. Couple of pars coming up there for Ryan and Webb. Back to 14.
Rory with a lob wedge from just off the edge of the green.
Yeah, he's going with his gap wedge, so he'll be able to put a little bit of spin on this.
Well, he has to be careful not to pitch it too far with the gap wedge. Both players tapped in back at the 12th. Spectacular effort. That was a very good indication of how fast it is across that green. Green's rolling about 12.5 on the stimp meter and drying out as the day goes on. Beautiful weather.
Well, I'll tell you, the direction those guys just played those shots, the greens were about 17 on the stimp meter.
Yeah, very true, down the hill. Beautiful section of the course here as they play around the lake. 14, 15, 16, 17. Great views for the crowds up on the hills.
And I think these tee shots, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, just the tee shots alone are going to determine this tournament.
Yeah, there's no let up, is there?
If you put it in play, and especially Rory takes advantage of his power, he can take advantage of these holes. But if you keep it out of position, you will pay.
So hard to get it close for those sort of relaxed birdies when the greens are this speed. And this one, even though it's slightly back up the hill. What do you think, Peter? Should break a fraction to the right there. It's not quite on the 4 line.
Yeah, it's going to break a little bit. The biggest thing is a lot of golf balls have come to rest down here. There's a lot of footprints and a lot of depressions, so it's not going to be all that smooth coming back up the slope.
There's some pretty good numbers posted right there. First in scrambling and total driving. That's pretty impressive. Quickly to 15.
Here's Fowler's second shot at the par 5.
A hooky lie. Hole location front right corner. He's nailed it. Might be a little slightly thin, but oh, that will work.
Generous bounce, almost a hole high. That's makeable from there.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
14.
Well, Rickie looks like he'll make birdie there at 15 to get to 15 under. DA needs this one. Can he read it correctly this time?
Ian, that's been his issue. I think his stroke has been fine. I think his green reading has not been such of high quality.
Well, you touched on it before, Peter. He's left 6 or 8 at least that we've seen out on the course. McIlroy for birdie at 14. And he now joins them at the top at 14 under par.
Back to 15. This for eagle now. Rickie Fowler.
Only 17 feet from the hole. Awkward with 7 feet of that just about was fringe.
Of course, he had a lot of options there. He decided to putt it, Nick.
Yeah, I think it was that was a good choice, because to try and just dink a tiny little chip would have been onto a downslope awkward.
by the way, on the Nationwide Tour. Hudson Swafford is the winner. Another name we'll be watching out for as they continue to produce the next players on the regular tour. And next week, the Players will be taking place down at TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach Golf Channel. You'll be there for that. NBC will have the coverage over the weekend. Have a great go at it, everybody. As we get to the tee at the 15th.
We pounded it 340 yesterday.
Holy moly, this is another one.
Will this be
This is unbelievable,
look
Nick.
at that, right over the tree.
Yeah.
The shortest route home right here.
He has this amazing stat. He can move his, how about this? His hips move 717 degrees per second. We need Big Bang Theory.
How
to
did you
tell
come
us.
up with that?
I was counting them, but that's
Okay. The 8 points.
Well, Rory's drive was a little over 350. This will be short of that, I can assure you.
Does that wear on you after a while when you got a guy pounding it so far past you and in the fairway?
Well, yeah, except for that 97-yard sand wedge that he blew over the green.
Yeah.
Didn't take advantage of it. I mean, distance is one thing, but you got to take advantage of it with your second shot.
Up on the green now. Fowler can have the lead for the moment solo if he can hold this putt. Heading to the green mile with the tournament lead. Rickie Fowler 4 under for the final round and tearing it up on the second side with McIlroy in points in the fairway on 15, chasing down birdies as well. Another great finish on the way at the Wells Fargo. The shot coming up, this is the one that won it for McIlroy 2 years ago. Set up an eagle.
Well, he's only got 186 yards left. It's a 6-iron up the hill.
It's a 5-iron back in 2010 within a few feet.
oh no, he's duffed it.
Yeah, he caught that heavy.
Oh, he still gets away, well, kind of away with it on the green. Obviously, that's maybe off the green.
Wasn't an easy lie, was it, Peter?
It wasn't too bad. It was a slight downhill lie, but again, I think just trying to hit it a little bit extra hard, he lost his timing and rhythm.
Ridiculous drive. 60 yards further than the average on the 15th hole.
Now this was earlier DA points.
He had 246, so that shows you how far Rory hit it.
This is the same yardage that Rickie Fowler had in here. Oh, that is a wicked bounce. So you think they're going to both, make 4 at the worst. As you see, CBSSports.com fantasy football. It's not too early to go ahead and get started, with the draft a little bit behind you and all the latest information on that. It's all available at CBSSports.com. Yeah, no birdie assured for those two. Let's get a 16.
Well, here we go. Got to get the ball in the fairway. Ooh, that's hanging.
It's a little weak and right.
And that will plunge into the bunker. This hole today. No birdies on it today. 16th hole. 0. Zip. None. And you can see career wins looking for your first one. How'd you like to try to play the last 3? Even par of the hardest 3 holes. Finishing in golf, Rickie Fowler. He is up for the task, or isn't he? Beautiful 3-wood here. He gets his birdie. As the man in orange is trying to shine brightly here at North Carolina.
We're back at 15, stepping into the bunker now is DA Points, who's 1 behind the Rickie Fowler lead. This is 3rd shot on a par 5, up and down to tie it.
Has to be very careful with his distance control.
Oh, he's done that really well. Get it over that ridge back.
Oh, is that nice? Well, he kind of stepped in there, dug in, and didn't waste any time. Executed it beautifully there, Peter.
Yeah, he has a routine where he walks out and paces off how far he's going to carry it in the air, and then comes back and just does it.
14.
Second for Ryan Moore. Needs to get something going here with these couple of birdie opportunities at 14, 15. Should just stay on the lip. Oh boy, once again, similar to Rickie Fowler's. Almost in the water with a good shot.
Well, he got some spin on that one. I don't think we'd like that one at our age, Ian.
No, that's a little nervy, isn't it, Nick? Rickie Fowler over there looking at his second from the bunker at 16. And the lie looks reasonable. David Farady's down there.
Yeah, he's got a nice clean lie. He's got 181 yards, and I think a comfortable 7-iron will clear the lip. 6-iron, you know, it might be the club though.
Back at 15 now with Rory.
Yeah, that's a long eagle putt. Would love to get down in 2.
Well, everything funnels into that corner.
Not possible to have a longer putt on this green.
It's all about whether he's going to get it past the hole. This looks really good as well, doesn't it? Oh, hello. Does he love the 15th?
Sure. Wow, what a putt. So birdie coming up for McIlroy. Conquers 14 and 15.
Yeah, that's just incredible touch. Those the little chip shot on 14 and that back down across the green from, wow, 60, 70 feet.
16.
David, what do we got here?
Well, he's going to try and hit 8-iron, and that is not a lot of club. He can certainly get it over the lip.
Wow, somebody said good shot. That's way up in the air.
Well, that's not going to make it.
No, it isn't. And that front bunker, that's a very dangerous bunker shot because just short of the hole, it just goes all the way to the back of the green, rolls off.
And you know, the roar from Rory McIlroy was ringing in his ears just before he took it back.
And it looks like he just took the safe way just to take an 8-iron and get over the lip of that second shot out of the fairway bunker. Let's go to 15.
And this to make it a 3-way tie once more. How about this tournament? You got 3 players tied with 3 holes to play.
It doesn't quite have the fear factor of Augusta for chipping, but it sure has the touch.
14.
And Webb Simpson, that was his drive, just short of the green. Needed a little bit more. He's 3 behind that lead now. He really has to make that one and then try and make a birdie or eagle at 15. Wasn't happy with that. He knew he just needed a little bit more to get it rolling over that ridge. So 3 tied at the top here at 15 under. Webb Simpson needs to make some birdies there at 14-15. But the green mile upcoming here. Some tough holes to finish. Rickie Fowler from the bunker at 16. But he's not going to like the lie for his 3rd.
McIlroy and Fowler. And we're on the tee at 16. Gary McCord is there.
And Jim, this is the #1 ranked toughest hole on the golf course today.
You remember this drive yesterday, Gary?
Yeah, I won't do it today.
Well, it's pretty good, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's really good.
It still carried the corner.
Yesterday he hit that I think 376.
No, 86.
We got 377 officially on that one.
Oh, okay.
And he's perfect right now. David, give me read the lie.
Well, he's got to just chop down in this with a shut face and just get. Oh, he's played a great shot. Because as you know,
if
anything past the hole goes off the green. That is a great
very
effort
good
from
shot.
there.
He's about 10 feet right there. Excellent shot. We'll take a look at this now. They don't wide open the blade. They're coming in so they can get that knife part of the front edge in there first, and then just take the sand, get underneath it, and explode it. And take what you get. And as David Faraday says, he had to hit out low so he could get the thing running. If he gets it running 5-8 more feet, it goes all the way off the green in the back and just nothing. So he will take this.
That was great, Gary, to see the compression of the sand push the ball out.
It
just cleared the lip. This is a huge moment, Gary.
Yeah, it is. And you know what, Nick? He's only been using the stroke a couple of weeks, so we'll find out if he really likes it. He says he's more comfortable over it. Can't be comfortable now. Nope, one to the left, short. Rickie's played these last 3 holes this week. The green mile, he's played him even par. McIlroy, he's been +3. And DA points, he's 1 under par. So McIlroy is playing the worst. And let's take a look at his second shot. This is an 8-iron now. He's got to get it way up over that lip. So he's got to hang back and really swing up on a bunker shot, which you don't want to do. Watch his right foot here. Look at this right foot going backwards. Wow, he stabilizes himself. I don't know if that caused him. It didn't look like he hit it fat or anything, David Faraday. Just that foot moved a lot.
I think there's a little sand involved in that contact.
And now back on the tee.
Yeah, this was moments ago, and he came perilously close to putting it in the fairway bunker, Gary. Stayed about 2 feet short of it on an upslope in the rough.
Yeah, he'll definitely take that. Now let's go back to 14.
Just a moment ago for birdie. And the local boy finished strong. Nicely done. Ryan Moore, unfortunately, did not make his birdie. He made par there. But Webb Simpson's still in the mix here. He's 2 behind, but he's got that par 5, 15 upcoming. 2 at the top now at 15 under.
16.
Well, after a drive of 350 yards.
Just a gap wedge left down the slope.
Be the closest ball we've had all day. Remember, no birdie's been 9 feet by Phil Mickelson. Just checks out. These guys are really, really aware of what's past this flag down the hill. And he's going to have a putt that goes uphill and then downhill and hooks just a little bit for his birdie. And now this was earlier. Peter Costas out of the right rough there.
Yeah, he had 186, went with an 8-iron. Tried to rip it.
Yeah, and he fell backwards, which means he's going to open the blade up, which means, yeah, it's going to go to the right. And he had plunged into that bunker, and I don't know if it's buried or not. It was coming from really high up. That will add to the confusion. Now let's go to 17.
And a scary shot coming up for Rickie.
Oh, that's an 8-iron, not a very big wrench.
That's a long way to hit an 8-iron, 185.
Oh, aye.
Just carried that hedge by about a yard. Wow. But he's on the right level. Everyone else has been bailing out right here today. To 15.
Third shot for Webb Simpson on this par 5. And that uphiller to move within 1. This was earlier the second shot for Ryan Moore.
Well, he likes to draw most of his shots.
Needs something dramatic to happen. It's 4 off the lead.
Oh, he scuttles it through.
Yes.
Oh, that's exactly what D.A. Points did early in the week and made eagle when the pin was on the front left corner. Take that one.
Now we have Ryan live for eagle.
Well, he holds this, gets him back to 13 at this present time, a couple over par.
Oh, poor Reed. Did not move like he thought.
Yeah.
He straightened out. Never a threat. It's interesting, Simpson with just 1 stroke here coming up here can get right back into it. Kind of seemed like he was out of it early on this front 9, but back to 16.
Well, we've had 1 leader come through here and bogey the 16th hole. Now we've got another guy tied for the lead coming to the 16th hole. Another bunker shot. Very nice. Really nice right there. And he's putting back up the hill there. We'll have a very good look at about 5-6 footer. Ryan Moore made his birdie there on 15. So we've got McIlroy at 15 under, DA points. If he makes this putt from about 5-6 feet, he will remain at 15 under. Rickie Fowler just skirted the water. He's going to have about a 20-footer there on 17 for a birdie. He is 1 back.
And Gary, if this hole wasn't hard enough already, when it gets this time of day, the shadows from the trees are perfect camouflage to make it difficult to read the fine breaks.
Let's go to 15.
Simpson, birdie putt. Back in it.
And he's actually played the best back 9 this week, 8 under par for the week. So he's quite comfortable out there.
16.
Well, 24-footer. Good speed, good speed, good speed, good speed. Oh, the thing went to the right at the end. It was hooking, and then it just peeled right. I don't know, Nick, I don't know.
Yeah, the last 2 feet just completely had one good look at the hole and thought, no, thank you.
He can't believe that ball went that way. That was bizarre.
That's
And
what I'm talking about. You can't see it with the shadows.
The shadows, Peter. Evil lurks in those shadows. Good, solid par. Rory McIlroy remains at 15 under with a good par here on the hardest hole on the golf course. And now DA points. He's going to take a look. He has got a thrill-packed 8-footer here. And as we've been talking here, he has not been making a lot of putts.
It's hard to make a confident stroke if you're not confident in your read.
He takes his time, Peter, does all the right stuff.
He's trying to be committed. He's trying to make an aggressive stroke, but I mean, deep down inside, I've just seen him misread too many greens.
I'm putting this on inside right edge and belting it. He's got it outside. Oh, that's a great up and down. A great 4 there by DA Points. And you know what?
And he says to himself, it's about time, huh?
He's hanging in there. He made one. That is just a great up and down. It's 17.
And from 33 feet, big right to left breaker here for Rickie.
Yeah, hard one to get to the hole because of that break.
Good call there, David. That'll be an easy little tap in though, inside a couple of feet for his par to remain 1 back at 14 under. Rory and DA at 15 under. DA steady as a rock there with that putt for par at 16. And Rory looking to be the first 2-time winner here in the 10th anniversary of the Wells Fargo Championship. Back with Rory McIlroy. He's had 3 pars so far on this hole this week.
I believe he'd take one right now, too. This is a 7-iron, wind hard out of the left.
Tough hole to get close to, Peter.
I gotta believe if you hit it close here, you've pulled it.
Average distance today of close to 50 feet from the hole because they all do that. Bail out to the right. That is going to be a tough up and down, Nick. It's hard to get it close.
That's brutal, isn't it? Again.
And DA Points. No player has gone bogey free in the final 36 holes ever here at the Wells Fargo. And
he plays a cut with a 7-iron. That means he's got to start out over the water if he wants to get this one close.
Rock solid, DA Points. Been working on simple routine and simple stuff with Bill Nelson, his sports psychologist, this week, and it's certainly paying off. Scrambling well. Rickie Fowler needs a birdie up the last. He's 1 back.
Big tee shot here at 18 for Rickie Fowler. He's playing downwind right now. Oh, and he has smashed that one way down the fairway.
And an incredible angle as well. This front left hole location. Oh, boy.
Stand, please.
16.
Okay, Webb Simpson, good look at it here from the first cut. I look down like I didn't like it. Oh, yeah, I can see why. That's going to go back towards that drain and probably in that drain.
Didn't sound good,
No.
that one, Gary, did it?
Sounded like the toe got there a little in a hurry. A little steep and in a hurry. Now, this is really a difficult shot.
Well, the ball seems to be lying quite well there, Peter.
Well, it's as easy as it's going to be from this side of the green. He's got a knob to the right and a knob to the left, so he's not too much to worry about directionally, just speed.
Got to get over that ridge. A little more. Oh, that was a foot from perfect. So hard to hit it firmly when you're going towards the lake. From 80 feet off the right edge. Oh, hang on. Careful, careful. Remember, just 2 years ago, 2 days shy of his 21st birthday, he won here, his first victory on US soil, and now has an extra victory as well as the US Open to his credit in those last 2 years, and turned 23 on Friday. And barring any disaster, will take the #1 spot in the world back from buddy Luke Donald. And if he does go on to win, also wins, takes the lead, I should say, in the FedEx Cup standing. So a lot riding on this for Rory McIlroy. DA Points has a birdie putt to take the lead outright at 16 under.
Well, and hopefully the putt that he made back on 16 gives him a little bit more confidence for this one.
Yes, he's missed so many of those seemingly makeable putts, hasn't he, Peter, the last 2 days?
I mean, really, I mean, he's gone bogey-free for the longest stretch, and he really has putted. I'll give him a C+ at best. That's how well he's hit the ball.
He's leading greens in regulation for the week, leading in scrambling, and leading in driving overall. Good looking putt. Oh, we read it well. Good effort. So DA Points a tap in par. He goes to 18T at 15 under. Rory has just inside 10 feet down the hill for his par to stay tied. Looking for his second victory on tour. Trying to stay loose and light like he did last year at the AT&T, playing with Bill Murray. And winning the Pro-Am section as well as the tournament title.
This one, Ian, is really touchy. You really have to strike it, I think, firmly to have a chance to make it, but you just don't want to do that in this situation.
Peter, if you baby it, it misses low.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did.
So hard to hit that putt firm. Very, very quick going towards the water, and the grain going to the front left section. So a bogey for McIlroy. He drops back into a tie with Rickie Fowler and Webb Simpson. And all the pressure now on DA Points as he goes to this very difficult final hole with a one-shot advantage. Boy, so much can happen here at 16, 17, 18. Let's head back to 16 now.
Well, this is not a favorable birdie position for Webb Simpson. He's got to find one birdie here in the last 3 holes now. Trying to get his par here, and you can't shoot at the flag on 17, so obviously it's going to be 18. He's got to get this little business done here. That's about 6 feet left for his par. DA Points now walking up to the last hole, just looking for nothing but fairway and still talking to everybody.
DA Points. They were all tied, 3 of them. He's the only one that's held up now, making the climb up to the 18th tee. His record here before this year, there was just nothing to build on at all. 4 missed cuts and a tie for 63rd, his best ever showing here. He says he loves the city of Charlotte. He has a sister-in-law and her family who live here in Charlotte. So his wife's whole family is up here visiting this week, his wife Lori. So you can imagine, I mean, there's spectacular galleries here, Nick. We're looking out from the 18th tower right now. Spectacular scene here.
Yeah, great atmosphere.
Oh, Fowler's been waiting for quite a while now. He has driven it in the perfect spot.
He's just got 141 yards. That would probably be a pumped up wedge for these guys.
Yeah, he's going to hammer a wedge, which is good. It's what he needs to do in this situation. It's not the kind of shot you want to hit easy, Nick.
He's had plenty of time to.
Well, if you're going for it, you just got to go for it. There's no room. There's like a 2-yard circle around the hole, or if you bail out, the odds on making a birdie.
He hit it beautifully, turning towards the hole.
Oh, it's gonna.
And now,
well, that is the only side that anybody's made a putt from.
It's a big breaker, though. Rickie Fowler. It's DA points all the way up on the front end of the tee. Going through some practice swings on the side of the slope. A little drill.
Yeah, good time to do a drill. On the
72nd hole.
If you're, he's all visual, this fella.
Ideal play for him right now. Take it down the water line and cut it back toward the bunker.
Yeah.
That's his favorite shot shape.
Come on, wind.
What's that mean?
Means it's heading right.
Hold it up, stop it from going into the bunker.
Oh, and it bounced out of the bunker.
Really?
Look
Yeah,
at
it bounced
that.
out of the bunker.
through.
He's absolutely okay. He's got a little bit of a side hill lie, but he's all right.
How do you do that? How do you hop it through the sand? 16.
Well, this is the same putt Rory McIlroy. Remember, this ball was hooking and then went to the right. He's on the same line. Oh, it's going to do it. The same thing. They can't read that one. I can't read that one. Wow. Let's go to 18.
And without driver.
Well, it doesn't need it. I mean, guy hits it 320 with a 3-wood.
He'll take this toward the bunker and turn it over.
He hasn't played 18 all that well. He really dropped that one inside.
That's an aggressive line. And
look where that is with a 3-wood.
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm just walking up towards the green, and that chased me.
That nearly ran out of room.
relief for points. He must know that ball hopped out of the bunker. Look at the youth movement. 31. That's been the ceiling the last 5 years. That's the age of DA. Of course, you had McIlroy at 20 and Anthony Kim at 22. Actually, DA's 35. Beg your pardon. Pretty impressive the way he's held up all weekend long, Nick. DA points.
Yeah, I mean, and it's never really looked like it. You know, he's kind of few contorted follow-throughs here and there. We were all talking about him missing putts and not reading putts well, but he is he's just pushing himself, trying to gain his own self-confidence, keep himself relaxed, but gassing away with the crowd and anybody he can talk to.
David Faraday, give us the big-time read here on him. Must putt, it looks like, for Rickie Fowler.
You know, difficult to get in there close, but it looks like it has to have a little left or right in it. Down the hill very quick, and you know, as good a swing as he made, he's got to be disappointed it ended this far away.
Well, it's rock hard in that corner. Anyway, 21 feet. You're right, Dave. He's got a good 2 feet of break.
Oh, you got to hit it higher.
No, it's low, low, low. It's a wicked corner, that front left corner. You can see that false front coming up there. Flags on 7. The false front is 6 paces. I was out there last night having a look at that one.
I was just going to say, I don't think I've ever seen it that close to the false front. I mean, his ball is probably 5 feet from going off the front edge.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's in. He's in the clubhouse. It's down to DA coming out the rough. I wouldn't fancy that, to be really honest.
This is Watney playing with Fowler. His round destroyed at the 7th hole. He hit it not only in the water, but then he hit a ball out of bounds on that hole, made triple. It led to 74. It's been a tough year for Nick, very surprisingly so. This will be his second top 10 finish. And a salute to his caddy, Chad Reynolds, and now it's Rickie to finish up. It's a round of 69. Talked about it earlier in the week. His 3 goals this year: get his first win on tour, to make the Tour Championship, and to make the Ryder Cup. And again, you can't rule him out yet. He's in at 14 under par. 17.
And Webb Simpson has played this hole well all week with an 8-iron, try and draw it back into the wind. was good distance, but won't get back over the ridge. Hole high, 45 feet for a birdie. Needs a birdie to make up for that bogey at 16, get back to 14 under, and then can he finish birdie? We'll have to wait and see as we head to 18 now.
Well, DA looked at me and said, wow, when he found out that his ball rolled through the bunker and to where it is. But this is no bargain. He's got 173, and he does not have a lie, Nick Faldo, that will allow him to even remotely take on the hole, because he can't control his distance out of this line.
Exactly. He's looking at front edge and at absolute best. If he can hop it up into the middle, right on our CBS sign would be all he can handle.
He's going with an 8-iron.
That's a good
that's out to the right. That's going to probably find one of the bunkers.
Yeah, the swing's getting faster and faster.
That will not, with that speed right around the hole, running away from him. That will be a tough down and 2.
Yeah, everything was quick there. The preparation, the execution. Everybody's feeling it.
Well, now Rory will be next to play, and he's got 142 yards, and he's got the perfect angle because he doesn't have to deal with the false front.
Yeah, especially with a wedge. He's just got to look at that flag. If he can just throw that in, I'm not exaggerating, folks, 2 yards either way. It's at about a 12-foot circle.
He makes 3. He could win the tournament with DA in the bunker. Did he hang this out a little bit?
This is just a little bit right of the hole.
Here it comes.
Very good spot.
Rory lined up for a good birdie bid. Points right there. In trouble. Greenside bunker at the 18th. Darren Andrew Points, the leader, playing the 72nd. High drama here at the 18th. DA Points, and Peter Casas, you saw it.
This is a rich runner. He's got to play it out to the right and hope he gets the right speed.
He's had 2 great bunker plays for up and downs, but this one's running away from him.
Yeah, that is. Hang on.
15 and 16, he was able to get up and down out of greenside bunkers, but that is, well, I'm not sure who's away. I mean, Rory's about 15 feet for birdie.
DA will be away.
I think DA is going to be away, and that ball was maybe 8 inches left of a good line, and that's why he missed it 20 feet left.
Yeah, we're not going to beat on him on that one, because if he could have got that within 6 feet low of the hole, that would have been a career shot, I promise you.
Now, if he misses that putt, and that's a very difficult one to make from there. We've watched it all day long. Rory will have a putt. Which has still got Simpson out there at 17, but he'd have to go birdie. You have Rory with a putt
to win.
And
he's quite good at that on this 18th green.
Well, he's only one time birdied the 18th in his career at Quail Hollow, and that was the winner back in 2010. Let's go to 17.
And here is that putt. Has played this hole well all week from just 35 feet. Has he got the speed right? Oh, that was a very good effort. But he's going to need to birdie the last now. That's just a par.
Good.
Making sure not to step in the line of fellow competitor there, Ryan Moore.
And as we talk about all of these scenarios, then you have Rickie Fowler, who's in at 14 under and could very well find himself here in a playoff shortly.
DA's a smidgen under 20 feet, 19 feet 9 inches.
DA Points has not made a putt longer than 8 feet all day long.
Didn't we say that with Phil at Riviera, and then he bashed that one in across the green? So that doesn't matter. This is all about desire and determination right now.
And it's for par.
Just get there.
Gotta go.
Yeah, that stroke got very stuck, unfortunately.
Rickie Fowler is back in the game. And now Rory McIlroy can dictate the tournament. Rory McIlroy has this putt for birdie.
And a very inopportune time for his bogey-free streak to end.
Yeah. There it is, the one career birdie. It's the long one in 2010 for 62 and his first victory.
I get on your hands and knees to read this one because it is the last 4 feet is it's all there and it's blisteringly quick. He's still got to be sensible.
Here he goes. He wastes no time. No practice stroke. That's the routine. This to win the tournament. Rory McIlroy, no, better be careful.
Yep.
He blew it by on Thursday and missed the putt coming back. 3 putted on Thursday. So we know this.
What does that mean? So that means that
we could have a 3-way tie. We could have if Simpson birdies 18. We could have a 4-way tie. Of course, McIlroy's got to factor in here. He's got to make this one.
He's got to make it, I think,
to get into a playoff.
Yeah, that was I've watched that putt all day, and nobody who's got it past the hole has got it less than 2 feet.
He reacted, Nick, like that putt fooled him. He thought that was going to die hard to the right,
yeah.
and it just kept picking up speed and stayed straight.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Okay. This for a playoff for McIlroy. We're going to have one anyway, and he's going to be in it. Not a bad little golf tournament breaking out here in Charlotte. You got 2 kids regarded as the future of the game. They are going to be in a playoff. Talking about McIlroy and Fowler. You got points with this one to make it a 3-way overtime battle, and then you'll have Simpson still to come with a birdie needed to make it a foursome. Webb Simpson, sage, 26 years old, and left side it is, but it's in. Simpson on the tee.
Hit it, Webb. Hit it, Webb. Come on back, baby.
Down the right.
Begging for a little help here.
And it's fine.
It's past the bunker.
Yeah, it's the shorter cut there.
So DA points will sign the card. And his Sunday is far from over. Rickie Fowler is going into the playoff. Maybe Simpson. McIlroy will be in it as well. Wells Fargo Championship, and it's a beauty. So Webb Simpson, he is back there in the rough.
But Jim, I walked back down to get ready for the playoff. He's got 165. Walked right up to me and said, "Is 14 the number?" I said, "Yep, birdie, you're in." And Paul Tesori, his caddy, just kind of laughed at me and said, "Oh, is that all?" So he realizes how difficult the situation is.
You know, McCord was speculating earlier, if he played in the club championship, wouldn't you think that Webb would be the club champion here at Quail? When he played his round as a prospective member, went out with some of the members, he shot 62.
He really did. With a half set of clubs probably as well.
6 short again.
Well, it's all, we've seen it.
Yeah, definitely jumping. 55, trying to fly it 55, which is 6 short of the green. It's going to jump. To be honest with you, I think it's just
front edge. If we can land this on front edge, a nice hop. That's the only way to get close from out the rough.
Well, the rough length here is perfect because you have to make a decision. And they're saying it's going to jump.
shouldn't. Remember?
Way off the numbers from the rest of the week as far as greens and regulation.
Yeah, he's been scrambling all day long, and here he is, still with an outside shot to get in.
Go, Webb.
This is on an aggressive line.
How good is this?
That's a fabulous
Settle
spot.
down.
That's the Rickie Fowler spot. That's still as good as, absolutely as good as he could do from there.
Yeah, you're not going to get any action coming out of that rough.
No.
He's birdied this hole only once in competition. You have to figure he's birdied a few times as a member.
Maybe he knows the read into that corner.
I think he knows all these greens. There's McIlroy.
Yes.
I think Rory will go and hit a couple of soft wedges. Rickie will do some putting, and DA Points will do some breathing exercises.
And what would you do?
Well,
a little combination of all three.
Well, just stay loose, stay private. That's the most important. Stay in the right intensity.
Ryan Moore.
Clambers up. A lovely, wonderful shot as well.
Yeah, it's the best shot we've seen of the closing pairings. Because he had that penalty shot when the ball moved as he addressed and began his stroke, and it was on Friday. But in the end, it's not going to cost him this tournament. He's 3 off the lead. Start of the day, Webb Simpson was the leader by 1 over Ryan. DA Points. McIlroy was 2 back. Rickie Fowler was 3 behind beginning the day. When we came on the air, it was Simpson and Points sharing it. Fowler was making a move. And then Fowler pulled even with DA Points by 4:15 Eastern. McIlroy drafting 1 behind. Currently 3 are tied, and Simpson has a putt to also join the playoff. Webb Simpson is a Charlotte resident now and part of the landscape here at Quail Hollow. His wife's grandfather, Graham Keith, has served as the official starter on the first tee all week long. Member here, he recently bettered his age by firing a 68 here at Quail Hollow. How about that? So he had family member serving as the starter, and he needs to make a putt to have a chance to be the finisher.
All I want to know is, why does he live 9/10 of a mile away? Why is he not on the golf course? Is it can't find a house big enough for him? Because there's some chateaus out here.
All right. Comes down to this, huh? Yeah. Perfect. Have some fun. All right. Yeah, see you. Thank you.
We're all saying how much fun is this?
And you're catching me.
All right.
Yeah.
So what we got? Webb Simpson's got 23 feet down the hill. And wisely standing to the side to try and read those last 8 feet or so, because it just goes sideways.
Well, if there's anybody in this field that should know what this putt does, you would think it'd be Webb.
Mm-hmm. He's holed some putts over the 4 days that you had to say he might be the only guy that would know how to make that. I'm thinking on Friday, the one he made at 13. So
yeah,
60 feet away. And
the back of 12, I mean. Back of 12. He was in the back middle. The flag was front right. We're all saying he's going to 3-putt and holds it anyway. He's just going to come in sideways. That's what you've almost got to imagine there's a tee peg right in front of the hole, and you think, well, how do I hole it around the tee peg? That would be a good visualization to keep it as wide as possible. Nobody has missed this putt left.
And then you saw again with Rickie's putt how drastically it drops off at the end if the speed is waning. You got to throw it up there high. Now, will he have any chance for victory? This would be to get into the playoff.
He's aiming high enough. Smashed it.
So hard.
A little rush of blood there.
Yeah, it's not going to matter if he misses or makes that one now. He's going to finish 4th. As he comes here too clear of Westwood and Curtis with 11 under par.
Just too much scrambling going on today, as we saw from those stats. Too many times in the trees, missed a couple of greens in the wrong places. So these boys know it's just the 3.
All right, Billy.
We're heading out already to the 18th where the playoff will commence. If it goes beyond the replay at 18, they'll then head over to 16. If necessary, to 17. And if there's a 4th hole involved, it comes back to 18 again. It's the 2nd straight year we've had a playoff here. Lucas Glover and Jonathan Bird.
Hi, Rick.
We're here a year ago, settling things. Glover winning on the first extra hole.
18.
He's getting all the facts straight there. 18, 16, 17, 18. As Ryan Moore, you know, he said that Simpson's putt may not matter. That's not true if he holds this one. If Ryan makes birdie.
That was 2 feet shorter than Rory's putt, and just shows you there's no way of stopping it.
I mean, that thing barely got to the hole, and still it almost goes 3 feet by.
Oh, that's a big 3 feet, Jim.
Yeah. Maybe 4.
Yeah. Yeah, Webb's still got. Webb's got 7 feet, 7.5, 7 feet 8 inches.
Who do you like in this playoff?
I think, on paper, DA looks a little nervous, a little jumpy. You know, he came out those couple of shots over the last couple of holes. You know, Rory's the season campaigner at 23. Rickie looks good, doesn't he? Rickie looks very focused as well. The tee shot's going to be absolutely key. It's a big pressure tee shot to go back to 18 and have another go at that one.
You know, a little shout out to Peter Costas, who said in the middle of this back 9 that it was going to be decided, because there were a couple of occasions where we had a 3-way tie. He says it's going to be decided down the stretch by who can drive it the best. And you know, Rickie's mistake at 16 was missed fairway, and Webb Simpson in with a par in a round of 73, and again 4th alone. And then DA missing the fairway at the 18th led to a bogey. So it is so crucial to drive the ball in the fairway on these holes. It's so penal if you miss. Mark Russell greeting the playoff combatants. Again, Hoffman, tournament director. And now we'll end regulation right here with Ryan Moore in for his par. And a tie for 5th with Lee Westwood, 66 today by Westwood, by the way, the best round of the day. And Curtis, 67. And Ryan Moore, all 3 of them finished 5th. Now all the attention can go to these 3.
In the Lally, Executive Vice President of Wells Fargo Corporation. He's going to help us here. Guys, good playing. We're going to play 18, 16, 17, and 18 in the playoff. And Rickie, I believe you finished first. Then DA, and Rory.
Actually, Rory made his putt before I did.
Okay, all right, we'll go ahead.
I mean, not that it matters.
Here we go. Good luck, guys.
I'll be
okay.
number 1.
Number 1.
Play well.
DA, play well.
Thank you. All right, guys, good luck.
He's going to keep it for smoothing it.
Well, DA with the honor, and he's going to have to really work hard to slow himself down now in this playoff. The only time today he got really quick with his whole routine was the second shot at 18.
Yeah, I had an awkward lie on 16 with that daytime there as well from the side of the bunker. And
remember yesterday talking about how he's going to try to distract himself in the interview after the round. He's going to talk to some family members in the gallery. And just a few minutes ago when he set up for this tee shot, he warmed up on the front of the tee.
Went down there to just get a new feeling, a sensation.
Missed it right in regulation.
Switching his tee, must be down the waterline, Peter.
Yeah, it's down the waterline, and
right.
it's safe.
Perfect. It's right down where Rory hit his.
That is really good. I don't think he was trying to do that based on the grimace.
Oh, look how far down these guys are hitting it.
Well, he likes it now, but I can guarantee you his heart raced a little bit when it took off.
There's Johnny Harris in the background. Mac Everett. These two who have had so much to do with this championship through the years. Rickie Fowler.
He busted right on the corner of the grandstand there.
And he loves it. We didn't take much time with that one, guys.
That's just enormous.
Side by side.
There he goes past.
Rory will go with 3-wood, and
he's staying with a 3-wood.
Yeah, just
same game plan.
Needs to be equally committed. Yeah, the 12.
And the twirl's a good sign.
This is going to get out there past their drivers.
Yes.
3-wood?
Yes.
Are you serious? That's nearly at the crosswalk.
He's unbelievable, that stick.
It's 3-wood. It's a good 15-20 yards past Fowler's drive. We are back at the Wells Fargo Championship, south of downtown Charlotte, and the Quail Hollow Club. And what a good one it has been. And the huge throng surrounding the 18th. Watching a 3-man playoff, McIlroy, Fowler, points, all battling for the title here. I'm not going to believe the yardage on this 3-wood by Rory McIlroy. He'll be the last to hit the approach.
Well, I can tell you he's got only 126 yards left.
Well, it's all to do with his hip action. The tour average is that on their backswing they are 30 degrees closed, and at impact they're 48 degrees open. Okay, get it? Turning back. Rory is 49 degrees closed on his backswing and 62 degrees open at impact. So
it's like working with Stephen Hawking.
Do your maths on that one, folks. Me and Sheldon Cooper are going to rule the world.
Well, DA is going to be the first to play. He's got 143 yards left.
It just feels like it's flipped right now.
Much better angle from the left side of the fairway as well.
Can you even get it close, even with these 3 superb tee shots?
I think so, because you just got to go for it, and you got to land it right on the number. There is a tiny little corner of 4 or 5 yards.
Well, the one thing's for certain: if you're going to try and win it with a shot here, you got to risk losing it.
Yeah. There's no bailout. You cannot bail out right. Anything more than 10 feet right will fall down the false front. And we have not had a single putt made from the middle of the green.
Well, a lot of it's got to do with the yardage. I mean, is it an exact yardage for a hard sand wedge or wedge?
Yeah, off that tree. Yeah.
DA points ranked 107th in the world. Rickie Fowler 39th world ranking coming into the week. And Rory was number 2, already assured because of his finish. Regardless of what happens, he'll be again reassuming number 1. Points now.
Full pitching wedge on the way.
Bit of Buddy English. He's belted it. Knocked the living daylights out of it.
Little adrenaline there, I think.
Yeah, slightly.
And again, a very tough down and 2 with all of the considerable break that he'll face, plus the fringe and maybe even a little the rough issue he'll contend with. Fowler will be next.
And he has 132 yards. I got to think, as jumped up as he is, he can hammer sand wedge and get it there, maybe spin it.
That might be an awkward distance because you're right, that's a soft wedge, or to get a 54 degree, that's a long way to get a 54.
It is, it's uphill, but
yeah, they're stuck in between clubs.
There's some ampage involved.
But when you've got that much loft, when you're into the sand wedges, you can't really hit them that far.
Well, this is kind of a gap wedge. It's a 51 degree.
That's not bad. That's all right. That sounds about right to me. Oh, there's the shot. There's the shot.
Rickie.
It was doable, and he pulled it off.
He's on the perfect side, too. Just an uphiller. Basically going to face the same putt that McIlroy had coming back for his par.
So Rory has to control his adrenaline, David, as well, because he had a few where he's blasted these wedges long.
Well, this made this shot a little bit easier.
Yeah, no choice.
Takes all the options away.
Exactly.
126, take that aim.
Follow that.
Starts right, staying out to the right.
Oh, that's way out to the right.
You're kidding. Oh. Very surprised at that.
Well, yeah, I think that's the reaction of having to take some off it.
Rickie Fowler trying to get that breakthrough American win. #1. The best wedge shot of his career. What did it look like from the blimp? Looked like a dart.
Quite amazing week. Rickie had 6 under on day 1, went all the way back down to, went 3 over, went back to only 3 under, clawed his way back on Friday to get himself back to 6. That was probably the big turning point of the week for him.
We were talking last night at dinner that it's the perfect place. It makes sense.
Yeah, we were.
For it to be the place to get that first one.
Well, we said in the tower here, this golf course is so darn good. You have no options to switch off. You have to have 100% concentration and commitment on every single shot. You cannot wander, and you know it. If your mind wanders, you'll spill shots instantly. So in a way, that's helped him just concentrate on his own game, play his own game, make a score, and the only time to worry about his fellow competitors now is right now in the playoff.
I would think points will have a hard time even being able to get this one inside of Rickie's.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's going to be a problem because he's got to go through so much of the fringe grass to control his speed, and you can't. You assume he's going to make it, but you can't be guaranteed he's going to make the putt for birdie. So you got to leave yourself something for your par. You can't be too aggressive here.
You always talk about, Peter, about a player when they get under pressure, they go back to their old swing habits. What about putting habits? Because this is the second week now that Rickie's gone to the left-hand low.
Under pressure, you revert to instinct. And we're going to find out how instinctive this is. He putted this way in high school, so it's not.
Yeah, a couple of years he said it's not. Yeah, he didn't full time it, but he did have a past experience as a kid with it. Yep.
Yep. So I mean, it's and sometimes you take comfort because you focus on a mechanical thing that deflects the pressure of the moment as well. So we just have to wait and see.
Matt Hall holds the flagstick for DA points. You have to go this high, but did he hammer it way too much?
Yeah, careful.
Yeah, that may actually. Yeah, hold it.
Well, Rory knows. David, Rory knows he had a 15-footer, and he's now got 25-footer.
Yeah.
Best he can do is either hold it or just get it inside Rickie's. Rickie's 4 feet 3 inches.
Yeah, it would be a good putt to get it inside Rickie's. And I'll tell you, just going back to Rickie's second shot, a shout out there to Joe Scavron. Rickie's caddy, who you know, they're in between clubs, and Joe put the right wrench in his hand, and boy, did he hit the right shot. Great teamwork.
Yeah, Joe is a long-time friend from Southern California. A year ago this week, when Rory started working with Dave Stockton on his putting stroke, of course, led to that incredible performance at Congressional in the U.S. Open runaway.
That's fast. That's gone.
You got to be kidding me.
That's gone.
Well, he doesn't believe that hasn't gone left, and I mean, I'm right behind him. That, for all the world, looks like it should go left.
So that all makes it very nervy, doesn't it? Rickie's going to have to hang along for a lot longer, but Rory's got to brush it into.
It would be nice to have 2 putts from there.
Well, that's what Rickie would like in the back of his mind, but he has to stay focused, thinking I've got a hole this to win.
Yeah, DA is also back into his little bit of his rushing mode again. He'll take his time, back off, go through his normal routine.
Oh, DA points.
7-4.
Don't count him out.
Well.
Nobody going away.
Nope.
Yeah. Rickie actually has to move his mark by 1 putter head length, as Rory will try to secure his 4. It's all adding up to a long wait for Rickie Fowler to win it.
Well, if Rickie's going to learn from this, Rory has to hit a good putt.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he has to make it.
He's in also with a 4. So we're down to 1 putt. Rickie either wins it or they move as a group of 3 over to 16. He wisely returns the mark. I would always think in a moment like this, there are enough eyes around there to remind him, but your mind can certainly be in a million different places. This putt for that first ever U.S. professional victory.
Well, this is all about the stroke. It's an easy read.
Yeah, you can almost see the will pouring out of the crowd into him. They want it.
Yes. Number 1 for Rickie. And what a way to do it. Birdieing the 18th hole at Quail Hollow. All set up by a wedge shot of a lifetime.
Well, there's no options. You just got to go for it. This whole location.
A little glimpse into the future of the game here today.
Wow, it's going to be a colorful one.
Rickie Fowler takes the Wells Fargo Championship. They know how much this means as we go down to David Faherty.
Thanks, Jimmy. Down here with our new champion, Rickie. It was a long wait. That had to be worth it.
Well worth it. You know, playing against 2 great guys down the stretch there. You know, looking forward to playing against Rory for a long time. DA, good buddy of mine, great guy, and felt good to make birdie here.
You know, I got my hand on your shoulder here. I can still feel the energy trembling a little. It has to be just such an amazing moment for you.
It is. It's awesome. It's nice to have my girlfriend Alex, my mom here. It's a long wait, but well worth it.
Well done, partner. First of many.
Thank you.
Right you are, David. There's no doubt there will be many more to come. We'll always remember we're here to see the first one as Rickie Fowler moves to 15th place in the FedEx Cup standings. He takes the title here. Here's the lineup tonight on CBS. Fowler wins it under Carolina blue skies that no doubt tonight at sunset will be imbued in orange. Rickie Fowler has his first victory on American soil, a memorable one at Quail Hollow. Jim Nance, Nick Faldo, and the crew saying so long from Charlotte, North Carolina.